Hello, I'm Andrea from the Creative Dream Incubator, and today in my dream journal, I'm back in my big journal. This is a hardcover moleskin, the Art Plus one with the art paper, because I do a lot of painting and drawing and stuff in here, so you can see. What I wanted to share, and I mentioned this in the Tuesday video when I was showing what was happening with my planning journal or the business journal and how I made that space, and I was sort of needing to make space to look at things differently. You know, because so much of Making Dreams Real is about growing and your own personal transformation, and those aren't linear things. Those aren't things we can understand and control while we're in them. So giving ourselves space to be in that process is such a key thing. So what I was doing in this journal at that time was just, I'll sort of pull back there. So I have a rule. Our journals do not need to look pretty, right? It's about trying to express how I'm feeling. And so I'm listening to my intuition about like what color to put where and what to do. And so it's not about like, oh, I'm trying to draw this specific thing and then staying with that for the whole time. It's more about listening and being in the flow and just letting it happen. So it's just that the page supports my internal process of exploring what's going on inside of me and what I need. So the aim is never to have it look a particular way. So this one ended up doing a bunch of journaling in orange on top of pink and purple, so you can't really see it. And I think that I do stuff like that when I'm feeling unsure. It's like kind of like a way of trying to hide or protect my own process. So just feeling like it's time to change what I'm doing, but I don't know how. So I'm in that place of seeing that something new is needed, but not yet being in a place of clarity about what that new thing is. That happens to me. That's a part of growth, right? So it happens pretty regularly. So I just wrote about not knowing. I wrote about how I'm feeling about what I'm doing. I wrote about why I think it's time to change, just kind of exploring all of those feelings. And then I created this collage, which is kind of like a vision collage. So it represents with the flowers, and then there's this rainbow and the just some silver sparklies. Again, and I wasn't trying to make it look a certain way. I'm just like capturing this feeling of what I'm being moved towards, or what I'm being called towards, or what I think I'm moving towards. So especially when I'm in these places where things feel unsure and confusing, putting it down in collage or color or mandalas helps me kind of connect with the energy of it or the feeling of it. And once I'm able to do that, usually actual clarity tends to come, you know, in a couple of days or a couple of weeks maybe. But I've learned that the better I can be about embracing these times of uncertainty, not only the faster do I move through them, because the aim isn't to try to move through it as fast as possible, but it feels like I get more out of it. Like life is all these cycles, right? So sometimes you know what you're doing and you're on top of your game, and sometimes you don't know. And so how can you allow that to be just as valid and important a part of the process as those times when you're feeling on top of everything? Because these points are going to come too. And there's a lot of gifts in them too. There's gifts in every part of every cycle. So instead of being resistant about the uncomfortable parts of it, looking at how I can just embrace the gifts in it. So that's pretty cool. And this is actually ultimately all of this confusion and uncertainty. So I'm sharing some pages from a little while ago because I felt really like I wanted to share these as a part of the story of these daily ongoing pages. This is a page I did a few weeks ago. So the outcome was actually to start doing these videos. It was telling me, hey, I need to start sharing my work more losing my words now. I need to start sharing it, like, more openly, right? Do these daily videos to share what I'm doing, and not just share inside of my classes what's going on, but to share that more widely. And so there's a lot of reasons why that scared me, and there's a lot of reasons why it took me a while to really get the message. But this is the kind of stuff that I do to help me get the message. Just sit with the uncertainty until it feels certain. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.